Yo, what up, y'all? This is Wasalu from Société Internationale de with
That's my name, Sophia. Yep, here we are.
So we're diving right into the middle of the action. This is at the New York City PlayUr. This is the match between Halima and Bonnie.
All right, so Halima is the orange.
Halima's in orange.
It's her first day playing
Tournament
version.
And Bonnie is in the brown chips. And this is Bonnie's a seasoned player. I wouldn't say not a seasoned tournament player, but definitely a player of the But being a player of the and also being in a tournament playing the two different things. But
yeah, both of them first day of a tournament. But Bonnie had played before.
Yeah, but they both crushed throughout the entire tournament.
Absolutely annihilated everyone.
And what you're witnessing is the semifinals here, and there's a match going on right next to them. So if you see the video shaking or anything like that, that's what's going on. So we're gonna jump into where they are right now. Again, Halima's in the orange, Bonnie in the brown, and as you can see, Halima's in and this is about halfway through the match. So they've already been playing for about like maybe 10 minutes or so, 10 plus. And so, just you got Halima with a 2-stack on the central rosette, also controlling a half cobra over on the which would be the C7. Bonnie's on the A side, Halima's on the C side. That Halima just came off. Halima has two points to Bonnie's 0. Bonnie makes a move there. Safe move right there. On either side of those. But that's that asymmetrical play. This is what kind of started, Moonwalker, as we call Halima. Where she would do these just backs, but would pay off because it would put her in a position to have a 3 to come up and take.
Although,
and then right back Bonnie with a 2 there to remove that. But it's interesting. Sometimes you go back to come forward, and just by the nature of the dice, Bonnie was able to kind of regain that the loneliness in the pack of dogs. Bonnie's sitting on B5 right now. And just so people know, there's a notation version where this board is mapped out A through C, 1 through 8. So the columns are A through C, and then the rows are 1 through 8. Right? Yeah, that's right.
I will say I've never seen anyone crush so hard with so many interesting backward moves. We've seen some interesting backward move players, but Halima has had in this day at the New York PlayUr massive success with her backward moves.
And look at that, 3 points, 3 off. Bonnie still has a full 5 chips, 2 on. There's 3 on, or 3. Halima just playing with 2, does that. There we go with that moonwalk, going back, not risking, kind of a wise move, not to risk, especially with that 1. There's definitely a possibility to get killed, or 1 through 3 would have killed. With a 2.
Bonnie's doing that psychological play. Also, you can't see it, but she's hiding those 2 other chips in her hand. So you can forget that she's got 2 more waiting.
Crouching tiger, hidden chipping. Many psychological layers to the game that you can do in the meta game, right? To kind of either confuse your opponent or get your opponent to kind of think and distract him to think about something else. Maybe miss a move, etc. Bonnie with a 2-stack on the central rosette. That would be B4. And we got Halima sitting on C5. C1 and C3 right now. Moving up into the pack.
Yeah, that spot right there, it's a real tough one. Getting crushed in that spot a lot.
And it is with that 3. And this, it may seem, you want to kind of keep a balance in the game of chips. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you got too few chips on the board or, too many chips on the board. If you had to choose, Sophia, which position would you prefer to be in?
I get really nervous if I have too many off the board. Because then if you leave 1 or 2 against someone else's 5, they're just going to pound that and keep sending it home. I would be nervous to be in Halima's position right now. I would have kept one of those. I would have taken 2 off and kept 1 up in the top. Another 7 and 8s, yeah.
Another moonwalk by Halima to C1. What would you
do?
I mean, you gain kind of speed if the dice are going your way. And you have a two chips on the board. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have speed. You can now. We've seen it. We've seen it in many matches. Somebody with fully developed all 5 pieces on the board versus 1 chip, and that 1 chip just gets the rolls. Right? It lands in the positions where it's not in a threat, or if it is in a threatening position, the dice kind of play out in a very interesting way for the opponent, and they manage to make it off the board in quick succession within a few rolls. Right. So it's really in the moment, I think. It depends on the moment. But I do...
You're not about to reveal your secrets, is what you're telling me.
No, there's only so many, right? There's only so many secrets to it, which is good. This isn't like a bottomless game,
Right.
But
I think a lot of it does depend on the player you're playing.
Bonnie just taking A7 right there, her home rosette, as we call it. Well, not her home rosette would be A1. This would be her ending rosette.
Yeah.
Up there in A7. And now
nice
captures Cobra.
4 roll, yeah.
Very strong position right now for Bonnie.
See, in this one, too, with Halima, to have 1 way back in the home row and then 1 up in that A8, I'd be stressed if I was her.
It puts Bonnie in a certain position where she's forced, because you kind of lose attack options too. Like, you have to concentrate your attacks on keeping, in this case, orange down in that 1-2 kind of column, right? You definitely don't want you wouldn't want orange to advance to the central rosette. That puts you in a really funky spot, especially if they have another piece that they can move. Bonnie takes. That's Cyclops right there. It's interesting.
I know, I wish I could see the roll.
This was that moment where it was a little bit of
I would have taken
a moment from Bonnie right there. And I remember this, watching this, and was like, Chose to stack on A7, maybe thinking that,
she was totally safe up there. What was she on? B8. She was completely safe. Halima didn't have anything.
And then again, coming off with a 3. Actually, it was a 3 stack, so then I tied on points. I think what it may have been was...
She was nervous about the time.
The time. Yep, the timing. Right? Bonnie would have Cobra on C7, and then Halima responds right back with a Cobra of her own on A7.
Yeah, so now they're really just in a race.
Yeah, 2v2.
That does make sense now, thinking about the time frame. This was a 20-minute... We had 25 minutes on the clock. They knew it was a short game.
But there was an extension on this match. There was an extension of time. I think there was a 5-minute time extension.
Because it was just too good. It was like around this time, I think. We were like, they're so close to done. Just let it play.
So here we are in a very interesting position. We got Bonnie's sitting at B7 as well as at C7. Bonnie chooses to move into C8. And Halima, can't see what she rolled, but a 1. But for both of them, very dangerous positions. Maybe a little stronger for Halima, but both dangerous up there.
So dangerous.
Any 2, and there's a 2, hence the danger. And Bonnie has to go all the way back. But still in a...
I mean, Halima... I mean, Bonnie could get those 2 guys out of there in a second.
Halima has to come around, bring both her chips. Oh, and takes... And there you go.
They're really just in a race.
It's like a battle. It's like a boxing match almost. Bonnie comes off. And now we got a 2v1. Halima rolls a 3.
That blew my mind. Wait. She just moved
Bonnie
2
rolls a
instead of
2.
3. If I was Halima right there, right in that previous move, I would have advanced my one that was further behind.
And then here's that, these moments where you're behind, I think that might have been a double roll. I think that's what that might have been, a double roll. And here we are on the end stretch. Bonnie's on a chase. Halima with a 1 moves into a half cobra. And there's a 3.
I mean, that was a lucky roll right there.
And there's just chase at this point. A 1.
So she's safe in here. C7. I'm stressed, though. Anything could happen.
I think Bonnie couldn't move. I think Bonnie had a 2.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what that was. So Bonnie had a 3 there. Halima has a 1 and off, and that's game.
It was a tense game.
Very interesting. Very good game. Again, we just jumped right into the middle. Really strong match. Bonnie
She is a cold stone killer. She was crushing everyone.
Yeah, Bonnie played. I think she put Gustavo out. What's the
Yes.
bracket? Yeah, so Gustavo had the unfortunate.
Fortunate in the end. You want to be beaten by Bonnie and get back in so you can learn Bonnie's strategy.
Immediately put out of the tournament. And I remember him saying, I just did what Bonnie did to me and managed to make it all the way through. So yeah, that was semifinal match between Bonnie and Halima. Of course, right after this, Halima went on to face Gustavo in the finals. Again, another great match. That match with the commentary is up on the YouTube page. So make sure you check out that video as well as our other videos. Follow us at PlayUr.org.
And on Instagram at play_.
Yeah. Also, no, go to the website, PlayUr.org, and then follow us on Instagram.
The ticket.
But follow our website too. Maybe you do both.
Can you follow a website?
Sure. At PlayUr.org. More tournaments coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. And anything else?
That's everything. See you at the next one.